Hi. So I used to be someone who just would read all the time, all day, every day. I know a lot of people read at night, like right before they go to bed, but I was a book child. Bookworm is what it's called. I was a bookworm. Like I would read all the time. I would read in recess during school. There was a time in my life where I would read a book a day. Like granted I was young and the books were a lot smaller, but I would read a book a day nonetheless. And I realized in September that over 2019 I had managed to read 4 books, which is nothing. So I got upset and embarrassed. If you're someone who used to read a lot and now you don't, it's kind of embarrassing. Like not between you and other people, but like between you and yourself. It's kind of why? You know what I mean? Anyway, I had come across a video by John Fish called "Reading a Book a Week is Changing My Life," and when I came across that book, I think 2 years ago now, I was like, oh my god, I already read a lot, I don't need to do that. I actually have a video of me responding to that video, being I don't need to schedule reading time, I already read a lot as it is, why, But now that I've realized that I don't read a lot anymore, I decided to take the challenge upon myself and try to read a book a week. Hopefully as time passes I can increase my books per week. So I did that. Last week I read a book. Actually I read it in 4 days, but it's only because I kind of cheated. I had already read 3 or 4 chapters in October. So yeah, that's why I got done with it so quickly. And it's a small book. It's called Veronica Decides to Die, if you care. I'll tell you how I did it, because it's not that hard actually. You take a book, okay? I study engineering, okay? Become very you know what I mean? Psh, psh, psh. So you look at the book, how many pages does it have, okay? And then you check how long it takes you to read a page. Usually if it's a small book, a normal sized book, A5 book, it takes me about 30 seconds to read a page. It depends on the book. So you just check how long it takes you to read a page, and then you can calculate how much you need to read per day in order to finish the book in 7 days. Now, you can read an hour before going to bed. You can read for an entire hour. I'm sure everyone can do that, because I'm sure most people right before they go to bed, they just go on their phone for way too long. They watch YouTube videos. I'm I do that as well. Not anymore, not over the past 4 days. Well, actually I've been losing sleep because I go on my phone and then I'm reading time, but hopefully you just don't go on your phone. You set your alarm, put your phone aside, put it on airplane mode or whatever, and then you read for 20 or 30 minutes or however long you'd like to read. Also, if you're in college, I'm in college, hi, I have lunch by myself a lot, and breakfast and dinner. I'm lonely, hi. I think it's normal, you just have a lot of meals by yourself in college. For starting my reading goals, what I would do is I would text someone, be hey, you wanna come join me for lunch? So I would just go sit in the living room and watch TV or whatever. Not anymore, so I just read while I eat. It gets you to read faster because you take a bite and then you read, and you're not gonna take another bite until you finish the page. Come on, no one is taking bites between pages, you know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. If not, I am sorry. Oh my god, if you have to take the train to get to school or work or whatever, you're so lucky because you can read on the train. And also, if you're just waiting for someone, if you're at a coffee shop just waiting for someone, instead of going on your phone and texting them 500 times, you can just read for a little bit, in waiting periods, you know what I mean? So I found that by having a goal that is not tied to it, it's not tied to anyone, no one is checking on it. You just want to do it, you just want to read the fucking book, and by just having that in the back of your mind, you realize how much time you waste on useless stuff. You will find yourself in social situations where in your head you're okay, I could be reading right now, why why am I listening to this person talk about, like, why? Like, it's way too cold right now. Like, why are we here? I feel like it would just, like, limit your unnecessary social interactions a lot, which is great. The only bad thing about reading a lot, I feel like, is that you know how when you're after you read a book, you're like so zen, you're like, oh my god, like I learned so much, like all these nice quotes. If it's a novel, oh my god, all these characters so greatly written, wow. But then if you read a lot, it just like all like psh, just all gets mixed up together, and you almost don't remember what you read, which you can avoid that by like don't kill me highlighting your favorite quotes, but you just go ahead and find your own way to remember what you read. And yeah, long live the book society.